Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you 4 things that I do to teach steady beat to my elementary music students. Now, steady beat is the foundation of everything that you will teach as a music educator. So it's really important that you spend some time with this concept. It's something that I teach right away in kindergarten, and I continue to reinforce it in first grade and beyond. So let's get straight into the 4 things that I like to do to teach steady beats. So the first way to teach steady beat is through body percussion. Now the basics of body percussion is clapping, snapping, patting, and stomping. Alright, so I use these to teach steady beat. How do I do it? Simply, I just put on some music and I have my scholars follow the movements that I do. So I put on music and I'm making sure that I'm clapping or I'm snapping or patting, stomping to the steady beats. And this is good for 2 things. It shows me how well they're able to pay attention and follow basic steps that I do, but it's also a way to see how well they're able to keep the steady beat with different types of body percussion. So why don't you try that in your class, incorporating more body percussion to really get steady beats going. Alright, so the next thing that I like to do is dance. Now that's a little more than body percussion. We really do like a Zumba lesson in my music class. Normally I'll do this in the beginning of class just to get the kids excited for the lesson, or I would do it at the end of class. Now there's 2 ways that I do my dancing. Either I will actually choreograph something for the kids, just to get them really moving on the beats, or I will allow the kids to free dance. And I usually do free dance more when I'm trying to assess their ability to dance on the beats. When I'm choreographing, that's more so me showing them the beats and what they should be doing on each beat. So why don't you try to do a little bit of dancing in your class? Usually what I'll do is I will pick songs from Billboard Top 100 or songs that I hear kids singing or dancing to. I like to try and incorporate their favorite music into my classroom. So dancing is an excellent way to really teach, reinforce, and also assess how well your kids are doing with finding and feeling the steady beats. The third way is through chanting. I love teaching my kids different chants. The first chants that I normally teach is engine number 9. They love it, especially in kindergarten. They love talking about trains. They love marching around the class pretending to be a train. Trust me, they love this chant. So I will teach this chant. Also, it's simple. The words are simple. It's easy for kindergartners to really pick up right there. So what I'll do is I will teach this chant, and while I'm teaching the chant, I'm also patting the steady beats. All right, so I will do something like engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train falls off the track, do you want your money back? So that's me patting on my knee the steady beats, and I'm also reciting the chants at the same time so that my scholars are able to really hear the chants and see how the steady beats is lining up with the words. So that's something that I will do with my kids. Some kids are not able to do the chants and pat at the same time, but that's the eventual goal, is that they're able to say the chants and also pat the steady beats simultaneously. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about today is ball pass. Passing the ball. Now, normally I would use a basketball or a volleyball or a softball, something that is round, not necessarily a football, but for the purpose of this video, this is just gonna have to work. Now, what I do is I use the word steady beats, just so that scholars can align the concept that we are learning with the action that we are doing. So they will hold the ball on the word steady, and they will pass the ball on the word beats. So it will look like this: steady beat, steady beat, steady beats. Now, in the background, I am keeping the steady beats either using a metronome or an instrument. More than likely, I'm using a drum because I try as best as I can to incorporate instruments whenever and wherever in my lesson. So I will be playing the drum, and my kids will sit in a circle passing the ball on the word steady beats. Now, in order to change things up a little bit, I turn it into a game once I see that they are familiar and they have the ability to pass it on the steady beat. Now, the game looks something like this. I will continue to do the same thing, but the scholars who are not able to pass it on the steady beat, they are now out, and they will come join me. They'll grab a drum and they will help me in playing the steady beats while the rest of the scholars are trying to get this ball around on the steady beat. Now, that's just to keep the scholar who is out of the game engaged, but it's also to continue to reinforce and practice steady beats. So, if you have a ball, go to the dollar store, befriend the gym teacher. It's very simple. The kids love this cross curriculum, I guess it is, since we're using something for physical education. But yeah, so that's the last thing. That's it. So there you have it. 4 things that I like to do to teach steady beats. Again, the first one is body percussion. Number 2 is dancing. Number 3 is chants. And number 4 is passing the ball. All right, so what I want you to do now is make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already done so. Number 2, I want you to comment down below if you find these tips helpful. And also, if you have any other tips or ways that you teach steady beat in your classroom, please share. I'm learning just like you're learning. Thank you again for watching my video. Until next time, happy teaching.